Let's see what we got. We got the Sister Lily Cute Nurse here, 2 energy, 1 action point, 2000 BP. She is a draw trigger. On play, reveal the top card of your deck. If the reveal card is Asta or Yuno, add that card to your hand. If the reveal card is not Asta or Yuno, place that card at the top or bottom of your deck. So you get to look at the top card and add it, or just put it somewhere else. Not bad. She is a trigger, and she's 2000 BP, and Asta is going to marry her. Going into Julius, one of my favorite characters from the show. I hope once we go through all this, we see that he has his own deck or something, right? Julius Novachrono. He is 3 energy, 1 action point, 2500 BP. He generates you 2 energy. He is a green color trigger, and he says, on play, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, reveal up to 1 card among them, and add it to your hand. Place the remaining at the top of your deck in any order. Not bad. If you added a card to your hand, place 1 card from your hand. So he's really good because he just lets you get anything. That's pretty dope. That's a good searcher, and he gets you 2 energy. Not bad at all. We have Lamel. It's going to be a double energy. He is just the bounce for green. We've seen this before. Bounce a 1 or less, or he has to come back. Really cool to see the character here. Interesting that he's not a more important card, right? Lamel Silva Clover is very important. And to see him only be this card, I hope he gets some justice as a better card in the set. We have Charlotte, one of my favorites. I love Charlotte. 4 energy, 1 action point, 3500 plus BP, double energy generator. She has a step, and then if Yami is on your area, this character gains 500 BP. Not bad at all. So we are looking forward to seeing what Yami does. And look at this art; it's so beautiful. I love Charlotte. All right, going down. We don't see the Yami yet. They're going to probably save him at the bottom for us. We have Nozel Silva, 4000 BP, 4 energy, 1 action point. When attacking, this character has 5000 or higher BP. Draw a card. So it does seem like we're going to want to have multiple of these captains down and find some way to boost them so we get value. Unfortunate that he is not a get trigger, so we can make sure we see this card. We are going to Fugolian Vermilion. He is 4 energy, 1 action point, 4000 BP, generation 1. He is an active trigger, so awesome to see that. And he says, if this character has 5000 or higher BP, this character gains impact 1. Wow, very powerful. So we are definitely going to have some way to boost these characters up throughout this set. We have our 0-drop Mario Leona, my favorite character from the show, next to Yami for sure. 1500 BP, just a get trigger, what we love to see out of our really important 0-drops. Going further down this, we do see another Mario Leona. No trigger in life. 3 energy, 1 action, 3000 BP, double energy generator, and on play, look at the top 4 cards of your deck, reveal up to 1 character with required energy of 4 or higher among them, add it to your hand. Place the remaining at the bottom of your deck in any order. If you added a card to your hand, place 1 from your hand to the outside area. So she is just a searcher that helps you get these other captains to your hand, essentially the 4 energy characters. It looks like it's splitting us up a little bit in this. I was trying to kind of stay on theme when we were going through things. There's a lot of green. I do not think that we are going to be able to try to stay on theme, unfortunately, but we'll go through the greens. If I see anything noticeable, we'll come back to it. But I want to try and see if we can do this, because I know the character names. All right. Let's go to the Yamis. We'll touch back up on other stuff since we want to know what these Yamis do. If this character is active, it gets another energy generator. Perfect. So if we have this on the back line, then we will get our Charlotte boosted up to 4K. And then we have a 2-drop green Yami, 4 energy, 2 action point, 4000 plus BP. It says if there is a character on your area with BP higher than its original BP, reduce the AP cost of this card in your hand by 1. So we definitely want to boost our character so we get this Yami out active. And he says, your turn, this character gains 1000 BP and damage 2. Oh, man. That is so good. If you already have one of these Yamis down, you could just play another one from your hand, and that combos so well because this Yami just says during your turn he gains a boost. So once you have this Yami down, all of your effects will be online because now this Yami is permanently a 5000 damage 2. I can't wait to play with this Yami. But it gets better. We have our color trigger for green. It's going to be the Yami 5 energy 1 action point. It is the color trigger 4000 plus BP. On play, you may pay 1 AP if you did choose one of the following. Choose up to 1 card in your opponent's front line in raid state and place the top card in raid state to the outside area, or you get to draw 2 cards. I love cards like this. This is so versatile. You can play him down, get rid of one of the raid cards, or draw 2, whichever helps you out the most. Very flexible. Love cards like that. Activate main. If on the front line wants to return, choose 1 character in your area and it gets plus 1000 BP during this turn. So going along the lines of what we want to do with this Yami boosting up our board, right? So going and touching back on the other captains that we saw. They want you to boost your characters up, have a couple of them out that are boosted and get value for them, and then the Mereoleona lets you search them, right? But going on to the raid Mereoleona now, I wanted to touch upon the Yami before we did that. She is 7 energy, 1 action point, 5000 BP. I love this. She is raid. She has impact, 1 damage, 2. So good. And then she says, activate main if on the front line once per turn. Choose one other character on your area. Set it to active, and it gets 1000 PP. Wow, that is so good because it just says activate main once per turn. So you could play these characters out. Like play this Silva out. If you already have your Mereoleona, use her effect to boost him and stand it. Now he's going to be, when attacking, draw a card. So good. So very, very good. Love to see that. I just want to go down here and see if we can touch on any other 4 energy or higher captains that go along with this playstyle. It does not. So now we will touch on the other characters for green. All right, we have our 0 energy, 1 action point, get trigger, 1500 BP, Asta. We do have our 1 energy, 1 action point, 2500 plus BP, but it has no trigger. Activate main once per turn, place 1 card from your hand to the top of your deck. If you did, this character gains 1000 BP until the start of the turn. Start of your next turn. Ooh, that's pretty good. A 1 drop to give you 3500. That's not bad. It kind of combos with the nurse, because then you could play her, look at the top card. If it is, if you stacked an Asta or a there, then you can get that card to your hand. Going on to our raid Asta, just a 3 energy, 1 action point. That is low to the ground. So looking like the Asta deck is going to be the low to the ground, probably green deck. And then the Vermilion Mereoleona deck is going to be your like kind of high ramp green deck shenanigans we've seen from green before. 3-1, 3500 plus 1 raid on top of Asta. Your opponent can't activate draw trigger with a trigger check caused by damage dealt by this character. So staying on theme with what Asta does in the show, negating people's stuff. So now he's negating their trigger draw effects from life, which is really, really good, especially going against a lot of decks once they blow their hand. I'm looking at you purple decks. Now you don't get to draw a card. Your turn, if there is a Uno on your area, all characters on your area get 500 plus BP. What? Just by having a Uno, everyone gets boosted 5? Wow, that is really strong. This is going to be, I'm assuming, a very low to the ground aggro deck. Boost up your bodies. Have multiple 4K plus swingers. That sounds really good. When attacking, reveal the top card of your deck. If the revealed card's required energy is 3, this character gains impact 1 during this turn. Place the revealed card to the top or bottom of your deck. So that's not bad. It is very specific that the energy has to be 3, though. So this also could be swinging with impact 4000. So good. We do have our Swallowtail. This is our bird friend, Nero. It does raid on top of Nero. It's 3500 plus BP, or 3500 BP. On play, draw a card. Perfect. So good. Replacing itself. And then activate main if on the front line, place the top card of this character in raid state to the outside area. If you did choose up to 1 character on your opponent's front line and rest it, next time it would be set to active. Okay. So you essentially just get to choose when you want to use this effect to keep one of your opponent's characters rested down, but you still keep your Nero, right? So you just use this, place her to the outside area to keep one of their important bodies tapped down. This is a really, really good card, and you're starting to see now that the Asta deck is going to be low to the ground with the Neros, the Swallowtail, Uno, and Asta. It'll be interesting to see if the is a 3 or a 4 energy. Charmy, a 0/1/5/1. On play, choose one character in your area and it gets plus 1000 BP during this turn. This will probably be the 0 drop that I want to run in the Mereoleona deck, just so that way you can boost your characters by 1000. And then that helps them get their extra little boost effect, just in case you're not into the Mereoleona. So going to be a very versatile card to use for sure. I love Charmy. She's really cool, sweet in the show. She's an active trigger as well. Getting to our Nero, it's a 0/1/1000, and it is just the rest. Gain the double energy. Retire this character. One thing to note for this is you could do that effect and then immediately raid into the Swallowtail. So that means you don't have to lose your Nero. Very nice that they are giving us another Nero, a 1/1 2000 BP, 1 energy, and it says on play draw 1 and place 1 card from your hand to the outside area. So the Nero looks to be your draw package. The Asta seems to be your boost package. And the Nero also seems to be your stun potential. We already touched on the Yamis. We're going to touch on William. Just 3000 BP, 2/1. When attacking, draw 1, trash 1. Pretty decent, not bad at all. Looking like a pretty generic card though. Like, what instances do you want to be kind of running that guy? Very nice art though. His design is really cool in general. But getting onto our Unos now. It is a 0/1/2000. It is an active trigger, which is really unfortunate because we want to see this guy in our hand. The 2/1 3000 BP generate 1 is a draw trigger. Okay, better, but still not a get. And he has step. That makes sense for being the free flowy wind wizard, having that wind spirit with him. We have a 3/1, so we're getting a lot of Unos. A 0/1, a 2/1, a 3/1 with 3000 plus BP, 1 energy generation. Your turn, if there is a Asta in your area, he gains 500. So you can essentially be at 3 energy, have the Asta that is 4K, and then have a Uno that is 4K, because they both will boost each other, which is kind of wild. And then on play, you may return 1 other character in your area. If you did set this character to that's not bad at all. And you get to swing. This is going to be such an aggressive aggro deck. So good. We love to see this big time. All right, going to the Let's just do the normal art. All these arts are really, really cool. I don't like that they whited out, a lot of the card on his arts from the spirit, but it does look really, really cool. This one here is probably my favorite if I had to pick one, but this is the generic one. 4 energy, 1 action point, 4000 BP. Very nice that they did not screw us over and make this a 5, so you get to stay really low to the ground with this deck. It does raid on top of It is a raid trigger. On play, if there's an Asta in the area, look at the top card of your deck. Place that card at the top or bottom of your deck. So this helps you out with that Asta effect because once you do the you can stack your deck a little bit better to get that Asta effect. And he says, when attacking, reveal the top card of your deck and place the reveal card to the top or bottom of your deck. If the real card is a green character or field card with required energy of 3 and 1 AP cost, you may place 1 card from your hand to outside area and play the reveal card to your area. Rested or rated. Oh my god, this is so absolutely good. This deck is going to be really, really good, which I'm really surprised to because I've seen a lot of people talking about the red stuff from the set, and it looks like this green low to the ground deck is going to be very consistent and really be able to swarm your opponent down big time. Love this very great card. Since he can play the card that are 3 or less, let's touch on that before we finish the characters. We do have Clover King, so the Asta can, or the can play this, and it's a 3 energy, 1 action point. It's a get trigger, generates you 1 energy. Look at the top card of your deck, place it at the top or bottom of your deck, so it helps you out with the deck, and then activate main. Rest this character, or rest this. All characters get 500 plus BP. That's so good. So you get to boost your board even more. This deck looks so exciting. I can't wait to build it. Our other options, we just have the final trigger, and then we have another 3 energy event. that we can use with the Uno, and it says this is our special trigger. Choose one character on your opponent's front line with 2,000 less BP, retire it. If there is only an Asta or Uno on your area, it's 4,000 BP of the said. If there are both Asta and Uno, it gains 5,000 instead. So a good versatile kill spell. It does only cost you 3, so you do have to do a little bit more to get the 5,000 or less to kill. Really good card. All right, let's get back and touch up on the characters. We do have our other captains. We do have Dorothy. She's the 3/1, 3,000 double energy. If you have a purple, your opponent has a purple red, she only costs you 2 to play, which is not bad. We do have Kaiser, which is going to be the Nullify Impact 0/1, 2,000 BP drop. We do have Jack the Ripper, which is going to be an active trigger 0/1, 1,500 plus BP. And he has a cool effect saying if you have 6 or more generated energy, this character gains 1,500 plus BP, putting him at 3,000 for a 0 drop, which is not bad. We also have Bill, Aquadeer trait, 3,000 BP to 1. Activate main, you may activate only if you have 6 or more generator energy. This character gains. This character also generates energy on the front line until the start of your next turn. So this is your lower package in the captains that kind of help you get to that 7 energy for your Mario Leona deck here. One thing to note is that we only have the 1/2 energy captain. You do have the Charlotte that generates 2, and then we have the Nova Chrono, who is probably going to be the color trigger you want to run, maybe 2 of that one and 2 of the Yami, but the Yami probably has to be a 4 of. So looking to build this deck is going to be a little interesting for us to figure it out on the energy curving. Going to the other events that we have, it seems like you understand yourself a little bit. It is a draw trigger 3/1. Choose one character on your area, set it to active, and it gets 1,000 BP this turn. If there is a Mario Leona, you also get to draw a card. This is so good for the deck. Love to see this. So strong. Boost somebody by 1,000. Set it to active, and you draw a card. So good. It seems like once Mario Leona gets going, she's really going to be able to punish your opponent big time. One of my favorite arts from the set, Dark Cloak Dimension / Equinox. Such a cool card and name. It's a special trigger. Choose up to one character in your opponent's front line with BP equal to or less than the character with the highest BP in your area and retire it. In this deck, I know that just from reading some of the cards earlier, we can push this Mario Leona to be a 7K. If you have other effects, you can almost get her to 8. So essentially being able to clear anything in the game outside of One Punch Man decks is going to be so much fun to do. It looks like green does a little bit of everything. I definitely am really excited. Mario Leona and Yami are my, like 2 of my favorites. I said that about so many of these other characters too, but those 2 really do it for me. And I think that being able to put Charlotte in the deck with them makes it even more sense to me. So that is the deck I look most excited to build. And it looks to be, 2 very different green decks that you can build from this set. One being a lower to the ground Asta, kind of swarm deck, and then another being a kind of captain-oriented style deck with some high payoff, boost your characters, get their BP boosted, and if they are, you get extra value. It looks to be a really fun deck indeed. That is going to be green.